Hello, good morning, welcome back to my channel. This is Louise from Louise's Lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button there. And if you're interested in watching more content like this, plant videos, I also do fruit carving and a little bit of cooking now and then. So have a scroll through my videos. If you're new, please watch the whole video so you can pick up any tips as well. It's not just about the visual side, looking at how I do things, but also I give out information on how to maintain things. So it's important. Please watch the whole video. I try not to make it too long. So today we're going to be doing hanging baskets. So every year I do my own hanging baskets, and I've done them for many years. I used in the past different types of hanging baskets. If you're in the UK, places like B&Q or garden centres, you can get ready-made hanging baskets, which can be quite expensive. So I don't want people to think that they've got to have lots of money to be doing garden projects. You can do them on the cheap, you know, if you know what you're doing. So hopefully I can give you some guidance here on how to do things in an inexpensive way. So like I said, in the past I've done lots of hanging baskets myself, and I've used different types of containers. Today I'm using this plastic container that I got from a store, I think it was Wilko's a couple of years ago. And it's quite sturdy. It's got pre-made holes in it, so you can put your plants in through the sides. It comes apart. Well, it should come apart. There. It comes apart so you can get the plants in without damaging them by pushing them through these holes. So that's what I like about this. You can open it, and then it's got a little sort of a snap fasten there that you slide it across, and it's secure then. And then you've got your chain to hang it up. So I think these were like a couple of pounds when I got them. You can get the wire type of hanging basket, which it's just a sort of a half moon shape, and you buy the liner separately. The liner is usually either a coir, sort of like a coir matting, or you can get a cardboard type one, sort of like you'll see these green or brown cardboard liners, and you make your holes. They sometimes have pre-made holes in them, sometimes you make the holes yourself. So I've used that type in the past. I've also used the wicker hanging baskets with, they've got like a plastic liner and they're made with wicker. They look okay, but they do deteriorate after a while. Even the wire ones that have got the liners in them, the cardboard deteriorates, the coir goes a bit messy, and the metal frame, the wire frame, becomes very rusty. So it won't happen in one season, but if you want to keep using them year after year, I suggest going for something like this. It's nice sturdy plastic. There's no metal there to rot. You might have to change the chain after a couple of years. You can buy the chain separately, but you know, usually it's not the chain that rots, it's the actual frame, because a lot of water will be touching the wire because it's a hanging basket. So invest in a good pot like this. And I say this wasn't expensive, so it isn't about spending a ton of money either. You know, you can do a fairly decent hanging basket yourself on a low budget. So this is the pot I'm using, and I'll just show a little bit closer. Inside there's like a little well area there, so water can sit at the bottom, so that you've always got like a little reservoir of water there. So you can see right at the bottom there. And then around the sides, all these holes, you can see all these little holes there. That's where the water drains out. There's also holes at the bottom around, so there's the reservoir, and this is the area where water drains out, and water drains out here. And this retains a bit more moisture than the coir ones, because with it being plastic, it's not going to allow too much of the water to evaporate. So that's important as well with a hanging basket. You don't want to be, well, you will have to water them, especially in summer, but it will cut down on the watering by having it in this type of container. So what sort of compost am I using? I'll just put this to one side. So I'm using this, which is the Moisture Control Miracle Grow, and it says it's good for special compost for pots and baskets. So it has, I think, these little granules in there that retain the moisture, like the little gel, which is important in a hanging basket because they do dry out. They're exposed to the sun and the wind and everything, so they will dry out faster than, say, a normal container that's on the ground. So important is to get yourself some good compost. What else? Oh, and the plants that you're going to be using. So I was at B&M Bargains. So if you're not in the UK, you're not familiar with what B&M Bargains is like a thrift store, and it's cheaper to buy your plants there than it is at a normal garden centre. I'd say it's on par with a supermarket flowers as well, because some of the plants here I've got from a supermarket, but these I got yesterday. I'm going to show you. So I got these. I've got two hanging baskets to do. So I've got two of these, and these are fuchsias, and I'll just turn them around. You can see that it says it's from B&M. Price is on there, £1.50. So they're a nice size, and I'll show you where I'll be putting those in the hanging basket. And then I've got these. I've got two of these. As I say, I've got two of everything because I've got two baskets to do. Again from B&M's, and the price on there is £1.50, and that's a petunia. So I don't know if I mentioned, oh yeah, I did mention that they're fuchsias. So it's already in flower, and it's a nice size, and for £1.50 that's quite good. You can get trays of petunias where you'll have a mixture of colours. You'll have purple, white, red in the same tray, but they'll be a bit smaller, and plus there might not be the colours that you want. But if you want to go ahead and get those from the supermarket, that's a good idea as well, if you want to control the cost basically. But I wanted some particular colours, so I did see the supermarket trays had got purple and white, but they weren't what I wanted for my basket. So let's say these are not the cheapest. You can get cheaper than this if you have a look round at your supermarkets. I would say the nurseries, plant nurseries, tend to be a little bit more expensive. So two petunias, sort of a deep rosy pinky red there. And now I've got these two, and these are Petunia Saphina. Now these are smaller. The flowers are smaller than that. And that's a deep sort of like a purple colour, and these are all trailing, so when they go in the basket you're going to position them where you think they'll look best, and they should cascade down the side. So if I put that in the basket, that should trail over the sides. So I've got this lovely, it says Petunia Saphina. So again, they're the same variety as these, but they are smaller flowers, and you have lots of them. And I've got two These are two trailing lobelias, and these are the white ones. Sometimes find it difficult to get hold of white lobelia. Tend to get a lot of blue lobelia being sold, but white is, you know, last year I couldn't find any white lobelia. It'd all gone. You know, by the time I searched everywhere, I went to Aldi's, went to B&Q, local nurseries, nobody had white lobelia. So these were okay for £1 each. So I got two, so one for each basket. And these have got a very tiny flower, but they make a sort of like a carpet, if you like, or a waterfall of flowers. So very pretty. And what I've got here is a tray of lobelias, and I suspect that these are blue. It doesn't actually say what colour. It just says outdoor bedding. I recognise that it's a lobelia because of the leaf shape, but it doesn't actually say. I'll just turn the card around. Lobelia erisnus, lobelia bush. So this isn't the trailing variety. Well, that's fine. It will sort of like expand, and it will cover some parts of the flowers, you know, in the basket. So this is a bush variety, but it'll still look fine in the hanging basket. And I got these from Tesco the other day. I actually got 3 of these, but I only need 2 for the for one for each basket. And these were 3 for £5. So I'll just show you one close up with the label. And it's a lovely pink. So I'll have that combination with the purple and the white, and then I'll have this in the centre. So I'm going to start potting this up. Okay, so turn the camera angle down, and I'm just going to put handfuls of compost, and I'm going to fill it up to this layer here. Now you could add, if you wanted to, some fertiliser granules in there for extra food, but I will show you what I'm going to feed mine. Okay, so up to the layer where the hole starts is where you want to. Okay, so firm that down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan out where the plants are going to go around the side. So this is the sapphire. So you can see there's like a gap here. There you go. There's one. And then I'm going to put a lobelia at the side of it. So I don't want to have all the petunias together. I want to have lobelias at the side as well. So open up the side here. This is what I like about these type of baskets. You don't have to sort of feed the plant through. Not too much anyway. It's easier to do. Get that down there. So these will be trailing out the side. I'll get my white lobelia. So that's I think that's a blue lobelia. As I say, we don't know the colour of that one. So the white lobelia on the other side of that petunia. Just try and show you. down there. And then I'll go, so we've got the deep sort of like pink, so sorry, that's a purple petunia. Now we're going for this sort of reddy pink. This is a bigger, much bigger plant there than that. So this is the good thing, you can open the sides and not have to pull the plant through a little hole, which is what you have to do with other types of hanging basket. You have to either buy very small plants and then you've got to wait for them to fill out, whereas these are fairly big, as you can see. Just a little bit of a little bit fiddly with the larger ones. Reach the bottom there. There we go. So next to that petunia, another lobelia. Now you could get different trailing plants. You could put another fuchsia in there, but a trailing type, or a geranium. But to say, if you're looking at keeping the cost down, but using cheaper plants, lobelias are a good one for hanging baskets. They do look nice. So, right, we've got, oh right, so this is going to go in the middle, and that I was going to put there. So one of the holes is not getting filled because the root ball on that is pretty big, and the space, as you say, is taken up now. So I'll just keep that one like that, and that will cascade over. Now I could still add some smaller plants at the top to make it bushy at the top. I've got a couple of marigolds I've got in a pot, so I might add those in as well. So all the sides are filled, except for that one where the petunia is going to cover. This petunia is going to come down over here anyway, so that bit will get covered anyway. So fill up all the gaps now. Before I do that, I'll just show you how I snap these back in. I've got these little catches on there, so you just snap in like that. So I've got another basket to do. And I've got some space here on the top, so I could get some smaller plants. Actually, I've got some kind of like a creeping type of plant that it's just foliage, so I might stick a few of those in there, and because they haven't got deep roots, so I might just stick a few other plants in this gap here. But this will fill out in the summer, so you won't see any of the soil. It'll just be covered. Yeah, the whole area will be covered by the plants expanding So what do you do to maintain a hanging basket during the summer? Obviously you've got to water them. When it's hot and it's not rained, I would water in the morning, best time, early morning, and then in the evening. So I water these twice a day, even if it's got moisture control. Obviously check the compost is, you know, it's dried out, but really you don't want it to dry out because you see the plants will deteriorate. So you want to aim to keep the compost moist. Okay, so I've added a couple more things to the hanging basket. So I've got a marigold here that I've grown from seed, marigold crackerjack. I've got a few more of them, so I'm going to be putting those in the other basket. And I've got this trailing foliage plants. I got that from a rockery outside in my garden, and it's got a little bit of roots, tiny roots attached there, so it should be fine as long as I keep this regularly watered and not let it dry out. So there's the overall look to the basket, which will fill out, and hopefully we'll have a mass of flowers come summertime. If you're interested, I've got a new video coming out maybe in the next couple of days, update on the beetle leaf propagation. So if you're interested, please keep watching my channel. I'll be doing an update on that very soon, beetle leaf or band leaf propagation update, and also the allotment video. I'm doing an update on what seeds have germinated in the polytunnel, so keep an eye out for those two videos. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. So take care, everyone. Bye bye.